Good evening, SBL fans, and welcome to another Thursday night blockbuster between the Sydney Sixers and the Brisbane Heat in what is virtually an elimination final. Whichever team loses, I can say adios to their season. As we look at the pitch, it does look very, very green, which you'd think would suit the paces from both teams. But we saw what happened in the Sixers game last week. They rolled out a spin pitch and then got decimated by the likes of Hellier and Corey Bell. So risky for him to go the same tactic again as Brisbane Heat call. It looks like they've won the toss. As we see the conditions there, yeah, heavy cracks, grassy pitch, and soft. Going to be interesting how this one goes. And they've chosen to bat first, so runs on the board, the tactic. I'm joined in the box by Commissioner Jack Carl, not Cahill, sorry, Carl. Jack, what do you think about this pitch?
I think it's a very odd tactic from the Sixers. Either roll out the exact same pitch that the Heat got dominated against last match, which was, again, a spin thing. I guess that did backfire on the Sixers. Or just put it a road and score 150 on them.
Yeah, just back yourselves.
Yeah, I don't think the Heat have enough class to go with the Sixers, and I don't think they'll have enough class regardless, but they've got pacemen. Why are you bowling out a pace pitch? It's weird. It's an odd choice.
Yeah, it essentially reduces the skill gap, like wet weather in the footy, favours the worst of teams. Looks like you look at this pitch, you can't see a difference between the outfield and the wicket square. That's how green this pitch
It's
is.
very green.
Riley Flynn, Mason Remy, Chad Johnson, I believe as well, all good pace bowlers, so you can see what they're going for. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see how it goes. As Riley Flynn's got underway with a pretty good over so far, just two off the first three balls. I know coming into this season, he had the second best economy in the SBL, and you'd have to say he's really continued that throughout this season, Jack.
Yeah, he's probably been one of their best. There's a couple games where they've struggled, and even the first one it was a bit dicey. But Flynn's been a real rock for them, and maybe that's kind of also where this pitch is coming from. Riley Flynn is a huge part of their attack, so maybe focus it more on him.
Yeah, take the pressure off the likes of Dolan and Curtin, who's not playing today. Dolan captaining for the second time, I believe, in his career as Talis faces for the first time and gets a thick edge. With the pitch being as soft as it is, it just doesn't carry to the keeper. We see Dolan Ben over there unhappy. Yeah, the keeper either has to take a couple of steps forward or just accept that the ball's going to come to him on the bounce. Yeah, a soft and grassy pitch. It's almost England-like as Riff drives now straight to a short mid-off. So a great first over from the Sixers, only three off it. And we'll have to see if they open with spin or pace from the other end. Pace again. So Chad Johnson into the attack, averages 18. Pretty handy bowler. Coming over the wicket to the left-hander Damien Moana, who hasn't really set the field alight this season, but we know that he can as he gets a thick outside edge again to a backward point. And yeah, perhaps this pitch is going to play in favour of the Sixers after all.
Yeah, well, I'm starting to think if their strategy is just to kind of keep the Heat on a low total. We saw them score 52 last week, and then the Thunder chased it down in 5 overs. I wonder if the Sixers are trying to replicate that.
Yeah, a little run rate tactic because they might need that. They currently are sitting last on that run rate below the Renegades, and that won't help. A thick outside edge pierces the sort of vacant gully region, maybe a fourth slip region. And yeah, in a T10, you just can't have a full slips chord, and it's going to affect you on a grassy pitch as Chad Johnson comes in again. Maybe that could be what gets this Heat innings underway. Goes short ball now, Chad Johnson. On this pitch, that is not a very good ball. It's not going to do anything but just sit up and be there for the hitting, and Moana takes the two off it. So it'll put Talis Riff on strike now for his first ball against Chad Johnson, who stays over the wicket. So he might want to try and swing this one back in. It's a classic left arm pace wicket. A big in-swinger onto the front toe of Talis Riff. But he goes short again, and Talis Riff completely misjudges it. Gets it off basically the handle for a run to short square leg. A leg by even, so it's come off his shoulder or something. Probably a bit painful, and yeah, I'm not sure if the short ball is a tactic here.
Yeah, well, it might be to Talis Riff. He looked very uncomfortable trying to play that.
Yeah,
But Moana
maybe,
doesn't. Moana looks very comfortable.
Yeah, exactly. That wasn't even that short, but yeah, with how soft this pitch is, anything sort of above the knee roll when it reaches the batsman is going to really slow up and just be there for the hitting. And Moana's sort of got a nice... He kind of went backwards, but really, I just held his ground there and put his bat swing through it, trusted his eye, risky off the grassy pitch, but if it's going to be that kind of length, probably pretty doable. Chad Johnson wanted just to get out of this over with a dot ball here, and instead it's a single. So Moana keeps the strike, and that'll take him to none for 14 off 2. Run rate of 7 off the first 2 overs, and not a bad start for the Heat. I think both teams will be happy. Just sort of a holding pattern at the moment.
Yeah, I think the Heat will be extremely happy with that. And if that's how Chad Johnson's going to bowl, they need to hook him because he really didn't look like taking a wicket. He just kind of was chucking it up there to be hit. Yeah, I'd like to see a lot better from Johnson in his second.
Yeah, 100%. As Riley Flynn comes in now and Damien Moana walks across the stumps, you could kind of telegraph where that ball was going. They had a deep third man to slip in a point. It was obviously going to be outside the off stump, but Moana, very smart there to walk across this. Now Riff comes in. Looks like this one, they're bowling to an offside field again here. And, it's a nice little straight drive from Tallis Riff, straight to the fielder. So no runs off 4 balls for Tallis Riff. He's going to want to get underway here. Just the leg by when he's been facing. A bit of pressure building on the veteran batsman now. And Riley Flynn goes
gone.
short. That's an edge. Yeah, that's gone. A caught behind for Riley Flynn. He just built the pressure, dot ball by dot ball. And Tallis Riff, when he saw the short ball, his eyes lit up. We saw that he was uncomfortable against it earlier, and he's completely missed that one. Well, he's edged it, but he's completely misjudged that one.
I think that was 100% a plan from the Sixers. Even, again, that wasn't particularly short, but it was a bit of a back of a length.
Skitter, it looked like.
Yeah, and Riff's he thought it was a bit lower. And you'd expect maybe he was judging for the softness of the pitch and going a bit lower, and it didn't stay low. And gets the top edge.
Yeah, it was the first one to really zip through, and it brings Matt Oos to the crease. Riley Flynn comes in again and goes to a bit more of a conventional length there as he gets flicked down to a backward square. And yeah, pretty typical bowling in a T10. Dot the batsman up, then just dangle the carrot and see if he goes for it. Tallis Riff, unable to help himself, went across the line. And maybe with the softness of this pitch, we could see some variable bounce as this game goes on. I'm not 100% sure as Riley Flynn goes in again to Moana, who gets a very thick outside edge, but it's going to run away for 4. And that'll take Flynn to 1 for 9 off 11 balls. A pretty good start from him, but that's the first boundary off his bowling.
Yeah, I think Flynn's been a little unlucky, and I think it's probably a lot of field placement as well with the keeper and the slips. If you're going to have them there, bring them forward, because he's been taking quite a few edges. They've just not been carrying because the pitch isn't given much.
Yeah, but when you're bowling 150 clicks, you need to give yourself some time. That's the other thing. Well, the keeper and the slips, you put them too close, they're just going to wear it. As Finn finishes with
Get your body in front of the ball, mate.
He was wearing the ribs. 1 for 12, I think Riff was, as Remy comes into the attack now. He averages 31. I wouldn't have expected that. He's been around for a long time now, Mason Remy, but I guess in this stacked Sixers lineup, just other blokes have been taking wickets.
Yeah, I feel like he goes under the radar a bit.
That's a horrible misfield. 4 runs for Damien Moana. A nice on drive there. And then mid-on just sort of watch that one go past him. Sorry, you were saying?
I was pretty much wrapped up. That sums it up pretty well. He goes under the radar. He had a decent Four Nations tournament, yeah. I think that he hasn't been given the opportunity to stand up, and maybe that's what they're doing here.
Yeah, and the green pitch will suit him as they have 2 slips and a backward point. And they go short, and Damien Moana, he's got his eye in now, up, moves to 24 or 14 for the Heat. I think he's been there every season at the Heat, is that right, Jack?
Yeah, he's been there since season 1, foundation player.
He'd just about be their leading run scorer, I think.
I think it's between him or Riff. It's close.
Yeah, and of course Riff only plays every now and then when he feels like it. As now Matt Oos gets a nice on drive, but the mid-on was switched on there and moved into intercept that one. Matt Oos isn't happy with something there as he walks down the pitch. And so it'll be Remy again now. None for 5 off his first 3 balls. Not the greatest start for him, but sort of finding his length, and that's a nice place to put it. Nice and full. Induces the dive from Matt Oos, who gets a thick outside edge. And on this soft pitch, I think you can afford to go a little bit fuller. Sort of that half volley length. You're going to get some movement off the pitch and bring that edge into play, which is what I think Remy's looking for. Is now he goes short. And we've seen it too many times. Riley Flynn, the only one to bowl an effective short ball so far.
Well, I've pulled up the stats, and Moana's got Riff by about 30 runs, which is pretty impressive from Riff, to be fair, considering how many less games he's played.
Yeah, he was a bit of a demon in season 2, season 3. As now Moana just tucks that line away. Remy tried to go, it looked like a Yorker there, a big in swinger, but just got his line a little bit wrong. Drifted to the leg side, which is 3 runs for someone who's got his iron like Moana has. And the run rate's kept above 7 now. So the Heat have slowly find their way into this one.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think the
that
Sixers will be stressed from the way that this is playing out. I think they're expecting some wickets quicker, and the Heat are really
100%.
starting. The Heat are really starting to get their eye in here, and a run rate of 7 at the 4.0 over mark is pretty good from them.
Yeah, and importantly, only one down as Moana gives out the big heave ho, but the short cover stops it. One thing I like about this field, if they don't change it, is they have the deep mid wicket and the deep mid on. Yeah, so if they're big catches, Dolan's going to try and turn this away from Moana. So anything across the line brings those two into play. Instead, Moana plays with the spin to a short gully for a dot ball. So pressure building here. And this is when the catches come into play. We've seen it a little bit this season, the deep mid wicket taking a few catches off the spinners, and looks like the Sixers have been paying attention to that one. We'll have to see if Dolan can execute here as he comes in again. Goes short ball. Yeah, that's not it, but could be a catch.
Oh, it's out.
Wow.
You
Damien
called it.
Moana has. Yeah, that wasn't the ball I thought. I thought that was where the catch was going to be, but he's ruined himself there. He had the entire leg side to put that ball. He's picked out the fielder. Yeah, the short ball. Um, Yeah, he has dead set middle that one, but unfortunately he's picked out the guy on the boundary. Moana's going to have to walk here. Caught Remy, bowled Dolan for 25 of 18, and this could be the start of a mini collapse for the Heat as Lewis comes into bat now.
Yeah, something interesting to just draw a little bit of attention to. Just went and checked. That's actually how Moana's gotten out the last 2 occasions. The exact same shot against the Renegades and the Thunder. So definitely a plan there from the Sixers.
Yeah, interesting. Is he a 5 stars against spin?
I can check that real quick. I think he is from memory.
Yeah, maybe just a bit confident too soon.
Oh,
As now Dolan has another one. Jordan Lewis, the second ball dark, played for the spin that wasn't there. The straight one just slid on, and this has turned the game here. This over from Justin Dolan.
well, there we go. Spinners in this competition just seem to dominate on any pitch, and the question is
Not
raised
wrong.
about whether Curtin should have dropped himself, because Dolan's come in and take 2 wickets in 2 wickets in 3 balls, is it?
In
Oh,
4 balls, and
in
now Will Kay comes in. He's on 2 golden ducks in a row. This would be his third. A lot of pressure on him now as Dolan comes in. And Will Kay, he
good
survives.
shot.
He survives the first ball. And for the first time, I think, in his SBL career, actually, he's going to make it to the second ball of his innings. As now McQueen comes into the attack, the leg spinner. Averages 47, and Will Kay and Matthews might try and go after him here. They have 3 back, 2 on the offside, and 1 at deep mid wicket. And Matthews plays a big reverse sweep to start. Looked a bit top edgy, but with no one out there, it's a pretty safe shot. 4 runs to him, and yeah, I think this could be the over that he'd try and take control of this innings.
Yeah, and I think they need to, because if you look at their batting lineup, no more recognised batsmen. The only 2 they really have are Moana and Lewis, obviously with some of their recognised batsmen being base builds. So they really need to take advantage of some poor bowling from Lightning McQueen like that.
Yeah, and see, that's where I thought Milano was going to put his shot. When he hit it, I thought it was going to be a lot squarer like that one was, but unfortunately, I guess he was just a bit early on it, and he sent it to the D mid wicket instead. And Matthews has watched and decided it's still a safe shot, even with the fielder out there. You just have to time it. And yeah, Lightning McQueen, he's spinning this ball back into the left-hander, which means that shot, it's pretty safe. As a batter, you're pretty confident hitting that one. And again, they don't put anyone on that sort of square boundary, and no one at cow corner either. So a lot of places here for Matthews to go, and he goes straight to the fielder at deep mid wicket for a single. Will Kay wants a second, but he turns it back despite the misfield. And 9 off his first 3 balls here for Lightning McQueen. It tends to happen to one bowler every innings where they just go the distance, and it could be Lightning today. There's now Will Kay faces up. They have the slip in, and that's a big wide. Big wide from Lightning McQueen. So that takes us to 10 off his first 3 balls. Take that slip out, I think. He's not controlling the ball at the moment. Put him to deep mid wicket. There's a big gap between a square leg and a deep mid off, a long off for Will Kay to go to. And
shot.
he does very nicely. That's a nice shot. Just clip that over the top of a mid on to a long on for 4 runs.
That's a beautifully controlled shot, and that's his first shot that's going to score runs in his SBL career.
Yeah, good way to go with the mark. And they still don't put anyone back there. So uh, they're really trusting Lightning McQueen here as he comes in again. Oh, that's a bit leg sidey. And yet Will Case hit that one as well. But he's picked out the fielder a deep square leg. Happy just to rotate the strike. And what does that take us to? 15 off his 5 balls here for Lightning McQueen. I don't think he'll be getting a second over. Do they have 6 bowlers here today, Jack?
Oh, I can't remember. I don't think so. I don't think they do. They'd have to bowl probably Maverick Keller if they wanted to do that.
Yeah, and he went for 19 last game. So sticky situation here for the Sixers. Of course, running with 5 bowlers always risky. Personally, I like it because it just makes the bowlers have to perform. But when something like this happens, yeah, you do put yourself under a bit of pressure. As Dolan comes back into the attack, I didn't realize he bowled a double wicket maiden. As now he comes into Will Kay, he's going to be turning it back into him, and Will Kay just plays it down the ground for a single. So Dolan, 7 balls, 2 wickets, no runs. That's probably
Just
the
to
best,
just
if
to tell you
not.
how rare that is, when I did the stats last season, we had only one maiden in the entire season.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. This has probably been the best start to a spell in SBL history from Justin Dolan. There's now 8 balls, no runs. Who's that with a little mullet?
That's Riley Holmes.
Yeah, right. Anyway, Will Cade's got to be feeling the pressure here. Justin Dolan yet to be hit for a run. They brought the fielders in to stop the single, so he's going to have to go aerial. Oh, and
Oh,
he's missed out on one hugely there. Short down leg side. And Will Case hit it straight to square leg. So 9 balls now from Justin Dolan without a run. If you're in the field right now, you're telling Will Kay that 9 balls, no runs. You got to hit this bloke. Let's see what he can do this time. Dolan, short ball again. And he finds a fielder again here. So a captaincy masterclass from Dolan. Is this going to be a double wicket, double maiden spell, do you think, from Dolan?
oh, don't put the knocker on him. He's got 2 balls to get through.
And Will Kay again to the field. So he's got 1 ball. You just got to just about bring everyone up to put the pressure on. I'm not sure if we'll ever see this again if he can complete this. Justin Dolan coming in here to go 12 balls, no runs. Will Kay under the pump. Oh, short ball, that's got to disappear. But no,
Oh,
he just drives it to a short cover. Will Kay's missed down about 3 runs there. 3 scoring shots. Dolan bowled 3 short balls that should have gone the distance. And congrats to Dolan. 2 for none off his 2 overs.
I think Blair Curtin needs to resign after that. Make him the captain full time. He's
Yeah,
doing
he seems
something
to
right.
like the responsibility, that's for sure. Or just roll out this pitch permanently as Johnson comes back into the attack. And until you take away Dolan's overs, they're 3 for 43 or 5. That's above 8 and over, and you're happy with that. But he's just turned the game completely back into Sixers' favour. And maybe they're just they know they have no recognised batters left, so they're trying to take it deep. I'm not sure. As Johnson goes
Oh, is that
short
on the
ball there, that
stumps?
could roll onto the
Oh,
stumps. No, it's missed just. Will Kay now to 5 off 10. The rookie's finding it very tough here at the moment to get away any of these bowlers. And I think it's almost time for him just to free the arms and disappear. As that one nutmegs him and just misses the leg stump. Oh, millimeters
Jesus.
in that. And sometimes that's all you need in cricket. One thing to go your way. I think it's time to clear the front dog and just get that bat swing through as Chad Johnson comes in again. And Will Kay finally gets across that ball and hits another boundary. He's not bad off his pads. He just needs
No.
to get into that position more often.
Yeah, that was a much better shot. I've been struggling with the shorter stuff, but that one was just an easy hit. He likes to go aerial. I've
He
noticed.
does. Yeah, he likes to find where the fielders aren't in the deep and then just clip it over the guy in short. So anything he'd got to say on the offside, he's got to be playing above the infielders. Johnson comes in, he goes short ball, and yeah, Will
Oh, he's
Kay
done it
doesn't like
again.
it. Is this one? No, misses a stump. So they appeal. You pitch that 3 foot outside leg, Chad. Don't
And
waste our
Will
time
hit
with an
it.
appeal there. Andy hit it, yeah. But still a good over from Chad Johnson. Only 5 off it. 2 balls to come. Will Kay under a bit of pressure again. Another short ball, and he finally gets one away, but it's
Oh,
caught. Will Kay, he had to go. It was 9 off 12, but yeah, he never looked good with that short ball, and it's been his eventual undoing.
yeah, he just tried to hit it. Didn't quite get enough of it. I think it was
It's
the
a good
right
catch.
idea. Right idea, great catch. But yeah.
Yeah, just tried to sort of turn it around the corner and had to really put the bat through that. There was no one back on the leg side where he was trying to hit it. There's now Jackson Allison comes into the attack. Average is 24.
Something interesting about Jackson Allison is he is a pure bowler, batting at 6.
Yeah, interesting, as we'll have to see what he can do. And he gets a big edge straight up. Looked like an inside edge, but didn't carry to Matt Harris behind the stumps. So a couple of times that's happened, but that's just an artifact of the pitch. As now Remy comes back into the attack, none for 7 off his first over, and the squeeze is definitely on from the Sixers. The last 3 overs, they've gone for only the 5 runs, which is just about game winning from them if they can keep it going. As now, Mataus with the big French cunt. It's going to go to the boundary. They needed that, Mataus. He just didn't quite get to the pitch of the ball here, and it's led to the inside edge. Luckily, avoided the stumps. Bit of an in-swinger there from Remy. And yeah, races away to the boundary. But you can't be really that disappointed with that one. You don't plan for big, thick inside edges. As now Remy comes in again, and all the pressure's on Mataus. Batting 3. Now he's in with the number 6, and he just clips that one through square leg for 4 runs. So back-to-back boundaries. Is this the mini fight back that we were hoping for, Jack?
Oh, well, they need it. And Mataus, I think after this ball, he might be settled. So this might be the chance to go big. I think Lightning McQueen's still got another. And
he does.
If they wanted to go to Keller, they could go to Keller as well. So Mataus, no matter what, he just needs to get through this over. He needs to be there for the 10th.
Yeah, 100%. As now Remy goes short again, and yeah, just like we've seen all day, if you don't bowl that one with a bit of conviction, it goes for runs. Of course, we did see Will Kay get out to one, and so did Palace Riff. So if you execute, it's a good ball, but Remy's been one that hasn't really been able to get that short ball going as Dolan comes in for a bit of counsel. And now they put one back at deep square leg, so they've learned from their mistakes. And if you're Mataus, you're trying to walk to the leg side and put this one inside out over cover, hopefully. As instead, Remy just puts it out there, and they get a single on the misfield. And with only 2 balls left in this over, Allison just about has 2 free hits. You keep Mataus in for the last over, and he's going to go for 15 or 20 and keep the heat in this game. But he just needs to be there. As now Allison gets the short ball, and yeah, like we've said all game, Remy, he's just not bending the back enough to make that short ball effective on this soft pitch, and he goes for 4 runs again. The pure bowler, Jackson Allison, doing a bit of damage there. Every boundary counts for the heat at this stage.
I say, Allison, just give it everything. Put your whole back into it, send it over the rope, or at least try.
Yeah, you're dealing in even numbers here, 2s, 4s, or 6s. You just don't want a single if you're a heat man. They're up to 6 and over, 7.36 to be exact, which is handy. Is that a caught behind?
That might have been a wide.
Yeah, the short ball, he just didn't move his feet whatsoever, tried to swat it down outside off stump. And so we're going to see Mataus now 6 balls to tee off and see if he can drag this heat team kicking and screaming to a respectable total. It's going to be Lightning McQueen bowling the right arm wrist spin, so he's going to be turning it into the left-hander. Yeah, this is dangerous. They don't have a long on either, so they're trusting the Queen to land it outside off stump. And the first one's down leg side. Doesn't matter because Mataus preempted to walk down the wicket. If he stood still, that's 6 runs past fine leg, but instead he preempted. And now they put in the long on, so it just got a little bit tougher for Mataus here as McQueen comes in again. Bowls at the stumps, and this time he collects. Mataus straight over the cover. If at first you don't succeed, try again, and he's picked that one very nicely for 4 runs. Yeah, really nice shot. Just full face of the bat there. Saw that the field had disappeared from deep cover the ball before, and knew it was 3 runs if you could get over there. And it's the same field again here. They had the short cover in that catching position, but no one deep. As Riff this time goes down the ground, it'll just be a single, I think. So that'll take him to 30 off 16. Probably a not out. I don't see Allison getting off strike here. I think this could be a time for the bowler to try and cash in.
I do not know about that shot and that decision to run there from Mataus. I think he was asking to get out if he made good contact with that. And then why run a single there?
Yeah, he was just about backing himself to put over the fence, because none of the other results were any good. But Allison's done the right thing and got a single. Maybe he should bat at 4 next week for the heat. It's just about being the other one, being sensible. It's going to be Mataus with 2 balls. What do you reckon? Are they 77 at the moment? 71. Try and drag him to 80 with these 2 balls. Once again, no one at deep square. And Mataus just plays it to a short cover instead. Despite the overthrow, they don't score anything. So Lightning McQueen's dragged this one back a little bit. Only 6 runs off the first 5 balls with a boundary. And Mataus now for the last ball of the innings. Let's see what he can do. Leg side.
Oh, no. That was there to be hit for 6.
Yeah, he has absolutely murdered this over. It was very, very, very tempting for him, and he hasn't cashed in at all, and the Sixers will be very happy with that. And so the Sixers now chasing 72 to keep themselves in the final, in the finals hunt. The Heat trying to defend it to keep themselves in contention. It'll be Cody Mansour and Liam Rogers to open up for us, and Eddie Oliver going right arm around the wicket. Bowls the Yorker straight up. A nice drive by Cody Mansour. Jack Cahill, do you think this total's enough?
No, I don't think it's even close, to be completely honest. It is a tough pitch, but I don't think that the Heat have enough quality in their bowling attack. I would be very surprised if we don't see a similar kind of situation to last week, where they chase it down without many wickets falling.
Yeah, and that's not going to help. The bump ball goes to the slip, who throws it to the keeper who's not watching, and they get through for a run. So Cody Mansour off the mark now. Brings Liam Rogers into play, and yeah, I have to agree. I think this Sixers lineup, they bat too deep. Even if they concede a few wickets, they just got class. Down to about 7 of guys that can score runs. And yeah, Liam Rogers and Cody Mansour could potentially be the best opening pair in the competition, depending on what the Thunder do on their day, because they have potential, but they just like to share it around. And that's nice from Liam Rogers. Off the mark with a boundary, you got to think, a square drive. Eddie Oliver not having a good time at the moment. And yeah, this is the chase this is how the home side wanted the chase to start.
Yeah, and that's the kind of shot that the Heat would miss out on in their batting innings. Like, that would, probably get edged. Sometimes it'd make it through, but that was just clean contact from Rogers, just pure class, straight to the rope.
And yeah, they also hit it to point a lot. They play that square drive and just pick out the point fielder, whereas Rogers was able to dodge him there. And now, this time he gets the edge, but keeps along the ground nicely to a deep third man. 6 runs gone in this chase already. What do they need? 7.2 and over. Ahead of that run rate already. It's not a lot, 7.2, and you got to think, they're going to go for it. They need a big net run rate boost, the Sixers, and this could be it as Eddie Oliver comes in again. Goes full again, and this time, the edge, I think he's bowling too full. So when they edge it, it's hitting the ground before, and then kicking back up again. It's reaching them on the full, then bouncing after they hit it, which is quite unfortunate. If he just pulled that length back a tad, he could have had 2 wickets here from Mansour. There we go. That's the length. Great bowling from Eddie Oliver. Goes straight through. He's old 3 out swingers in a row. Then the big in swinger goes straight through Cody Mansour.
That is a beautiful delivery. That is textbook bowling. You chuck it outside, and then pull it back, inside, bang, middle stump. Great stuff. Mansour all over the place.
Yeah, just really didn't know what he was doing. As it brings Riley Holmes to the crease. Averages 36, but I think there's a few rookie games in that inflating the average. And Cody Ogg back in the Heat team for the first time this season. He'll be hoping to have an impact in the last few games as Liam Rogers faces up and gives that one the old heave-ho, but doesn't really connect with it. Goes to a mid-off for a dot ball. The leg spinner didn't really come off for the Sixers. It was Lightning McQueen. He was more that off spinner that did the damage. So we'll have to see what Cody Ogg can do. A bit more of a favourable matchup bowling to the right-hander. As Rogers, just sends that one straight through. Sort of like a forward square there. No coverage, and Cody Ogg, welcome back to the competition.
Yeah, and the Heat will love having him back. They don't really have a big frontline spinner. I think Sonny Ty is probably their closest. So having Cody Ogg in the team is going to be huge for them.
Yeah, it's good for their balances. Liam Rogers is giving him the full treatment here. First the slog sweep, then the reverse sweep over cover. Yeah, perhaps he was not quite practicing this time away, Cody Ogg, because he's bowled a couple of loose balls. Liam Rogers are all over him at the moment. But one thing I've noticed with Liam Rogers is that he gets away with these fast starts and just sort of throws it away. Goes one big shot too many, so Cody Ogg will have that in the back of his mind here. If he can just attack the stumps, Rogers is susceptible to going one time too many as he comes in again now. Wow. And he plays it wasn't even a reverse, it was a complete switch hit there. So Liam Rogers is having the time of his life at the moment for 2 runs. Is that the first proper switch hit we've seen in the SPL? We've seen a lot of reverses.
Nah, we've seen
not a lot of full switch hits.
We've seen a couple of them, but not that well. I think, who was it?
Actually,
someone in the Thunder last season. Oh, it was you. Against the Thunder, you played a switch hit and got out.
Yeah, played a full switch hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't connect with it. I was not impressed. But yeah, Liam Rogers learned from my mistakes and gets the contact. And Cody Ogg under a bit of pressure early here. I think that's 10 runs. 11 runs off his first 5 balls. They change the field here. Riley Holmes facing his first ball. Cody Ogg will be confident here. And yeah, gets out with a dot. sort of backed away there, Riley Holmes, to try and play it through a backward cover forward point, but didn't quite connect. He just straight to the field, and it's Eddie Oliver back into the attack. 1 for 6 off his first over. Up against Liam Rogers. He'll want to try and get him off strike here and attack the new batsman. And that's exactly what he does. Liam Rogers, smart batting, just drops into a vacant short square leg for a single. The keeper has to come through and take it. And yeah, Riley Holmes has got a bit of a challenge on his hand here.
Yeah, Eddie looks in on this pitch. He looks like he's enjoying himself. And Riley's a rookie, so we'll see if he can outclass him. Oh.
Yep, does it first ball. Riley Holmes got to be excited there. He saw the width, didn't read the swing, and he's chopped it back on. We saw Cody Mansell doing the first over, but it went through for 4 runs. This time, Riley Holmes not so lucky. He's going to have to depart for a 2-ball duck, which brings Mav Keller into the crease, who used to be a superstar this season, half a star.
Yeah, definitely, and I think it is to do with his respect.
Respect.
Yeah.
Well, that's a nice shot, though, to get us underway. A straight drive from Mav Keller. It's going to go not quite to the boundary. Only a single in the end. And yeah, he was a wicketkeeper. He's now a batting all-rounder, perhaps spending too much time bowling in the nets, not enough time batting. But against this undermanned Heat side, it could be the game to get himself back in the lights as one of the Sixers star batsmen.
Yeah, sometimes all it takes is just one good innings and then you can get going, and I think Keller definitely needs that.
He's been run out twice, I think. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah,
he got the second life in the first game, but got run out last week again.
Yeah, it's Liam Rogers. I tell you what, he doesn't mind that shot. Just opens the face, plays to a third man for a single. That's all they need. 53 from 45 balls. They're well on top of the run rate. And they're just seeing off probably the Heat star bowler in Eddie Oliver for this game. He's only got 2 balls left. You get out of this one with him only taking 2 wickets, and you just say, you know what? He's bowled 2 good overs, and we can build from here. And although I'm not sure if that's really in Mav Keller's vocabulary, as yeah, he goes for the big off drive, gets a thick edge for a single, and they're going to go for 2 here. Mav Keller, geez, he doesn't mind a run out, does he?
Jesus Christ, that brought a smile to my face as soon as I saw him go for it.
Yeah, he just wanted to keep the strike here, I guess. 1 ball left in Eddie Oliver's spell, 2 for 11 so far. Can it be 3 far? No, Mav Keller. Tell you what, he timed that well, but straight to the field. And Eddie Oliver, he's going to finish here. 2 for 11 off his 2 overs. Brings Sonny Tyre into the attack, so Cody Ogg not getting a second. Best figures are 4 for 9 on a pretty cooked pitch, but this one's doing a bit, so maybe he could bring that in. But Liam Rogers likes to spin. We've seen that so far today. A nice cover drive there from him. How long do you think until he brings out the reverse?
Couple of balls. I'll give him a couple, just to get an eye on Sonny.
Yeah, I reckon a 1-ball slider, this one could disappear.
I think Sonny's a bit dangerous. I think Rogers might be getting to the point of his innings where he's feeling too confident and plays a stupid shot.
Yeah, just nice conventional there, cover drive. There's no one back on the offside apart from a long off, so you clear the infield pretty much anywhere. You're going to get 4 runs. Is he tired or something? That's Matthew Hayden-S squatting down between every ball. Loosen up those knees.
His fitness isn't great.
Yeah, 8 off 11 Rogers. Most of that from Cody Ogg as Sonny Tyre comes in again. I've seen that ball 3 times in a row. I think it's time for one of them to change things up. Sonny Tyre, if I was him, I would not move from that spot. Well on top here. Liam Rogers got to be feeling the pressure. They changed the long off. They put him at a deep mid-wicket, so there's nothing on the offside. And Liam Rogers instead plays it over a short fine leg for 4 runs. Just walked across it. I guess he knew where Sonny Tyre was going to bowl that. 4 balls in the exact same spot, and eventually Liam Rogers solved the problem and found the boundary.
Yeah, I think he bowled that one a bit more on the leg side, and I think he was trying to get him caught there. And for a second, I thought he was a chance, but Rogers just able to get enough bat on it that it flew over.
Yeah, now he plays a sweep shot, and he's caught out. A spectacular catch at square leg driving to his left. That's unlucky from Liam Rogers, but great bowling from Sonny Tyre.
What a catch. That is an extremely good catch, and it's to get an extremely good batsman out. That's the kind of stuff that the Heat need in this innings if they want to win. Yeah,
I suppose Taylor Swift is left-handed, so dominant hand close to the ground. Brings Anthony McDonald into the game, who also since the respec, he really found his feet last season, I thought. He had a few big big innings for the Sixers, but since the respec has been a little bit inconsistent. And he starts with a huge outside edge to Sonny Tyre. Really going to ruin Sonny's figures here for this over. He's going to finish with 1 for 6. And probably deserves better figures than even that, which are pretty good in the end. And yeah, Anthony McDonald, do you think he was a conservative batter? He's now a brute. Perhaps the conservative just suited his game a little bit better.
Look, I don't know what to say about Anthony McDonald. We've only seen 3 matches from him. I think maybe it's just an unlucky thing. I think McDonald's
just a bad run.
batsman, yeah.
Yeah, me too. And he's done all the right things with the upgrades. He just hasn't really found the form. Mav Keller there played a nice little switch through. Well, it wasn't even vacant. They had a deep cover, but he just timed it so well that he beat the field. Yeah, big switch. He kept along the ground. Probably smart with a lot of fielders out there. Races way to the boundary. And yeah, maybe this is the innings for Mav Keller. They only need another 40 runs from the remaining 6 overs as Anthony Lee comes in again. Oh, and he gets a fair bit of turn on that one. Mav Keller gets another edge to go away for 2. Yeah, historically, I don't like off spinners. I just don't think they're like no one goes up and wants to be an off spinner. But Anthony Lee so far is doing well with how much turn he's getting. Yeah, and again there, almost beats the batter Mav Keller. Maybe a stumping could come into play. It's just how aggressive Mav Keller's being. Anthony Lee wouldn't be surprised if he drags on wide here and tries to make Mav Keller run past it. Oh, that's exactly what he's done. Mav Keller lucky enough to get an edge. He's going to race away for 4 runs eventually. I tell you what, 10 runs off his first 4 balls, but he's been very unlucky, Anthony Lee.
Yeah, 100%. And I thought that was a beautiful ball in terms of, I mean, you literally described it. Chuck it out, see if he runs past it, misses it, and stump him. But just a little bit off, and then Lewis maybe not quite awake behind the stumps. I think he was half a chance there.
Yeah, definitely. As now this time a bit more conventional, goes full, but Mav Keller starts. Is going to be a catch? No. He's placed that perfectly, Mav, there for 4 runs. Big Mav starting to find the middle of the bat a bit more frequently, and this could be dangerous for the Heat if he gets going. Yes, hey, that's the thing about off-spin. You just bowl on doorknobs, and it's 3 runs. Comes in again now, a bit straighter. Plays it back to the bowler, so he gets away with it. Yeah, left arm off spin. I suppose it's a bit more dangerous than right arm off spin because you turn it away from the batsman. But yeah, just not a fan of Sonny Tyre. Now, wrist spin. This is what brings the crowd to the cricket. Sonny Tyre 1 for 6 off his first spell. McDonald facing. Plays across the line. Going to be a nice single here. Good thing to do, probably. I think get Mav Keller back on strike.
Well, I also think it's a good thing to do. I mean, they need 29 off 29 now. The run rate's at 1 a ball.
Yeah, nothing silly.
Just get some singles. When they're on offer, take them.
Yeah, red ink. That's what Anthony McDonald needs, just to boost the average for the season. As now Sonny Tyre goes short. Mav Keller's really missed out there. That's got to disappear. If you're in the Sixers dugout, you're hoping for a catch there, but Mav Keller instead just played it down for a single. And unfortunately found the fielder, so it was a dot ball in the end. Sonny Tyre, really good figures so far. Mav Keller will try and ruin him. And another outside edge for 4. I tell you what, he's perfected that one. Might not make it to the boundary in the end, just 2 runs.
Well, I think
maybe they bring a slip in for Mav. No one else, just for him.
I think we spoke about how Mav's kind of been unlucky this season. I think he's used all his luck up, and there we go.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the streak innings of Mav Keller comes to an end. Sonny Tyre, some nice flight on that one to see Mav, who could only hit it to a catching cover position, running back, and it was a pretty handy catch in the end, but Mav will be disappointed. That was just about going to be a wide. A good catch.
Running away from the ball. They're
always harder when they come over the shoulder, yeah. Yeah, that would have been a wide. Just stand still, take the run. Anthony Lee, good reward for a good over just before. And yeah, Mav Keller have to depart. 19 off 12, so a good strike rate, but brings Matthew Harris into the attack, who also hasn't really set the game alight this season.
Nah, and it's after his nearly heroic performance in last year's grand final. He'll be looking to I think it was with Anthony McDonald as well.
Yeah, it was. AMAC also had a big grand final. And then Matt Harris came in and really almost got us over the line. But unfortunately, the top order, we just didn't really do anything and didn't lay a platform. as Sunny Ty comes in to finish this spell. And Anthony McDonald plays this one over cover very nicely. It was well under control. That'll go away for 4 runs, but doesn't take away from Sunny's spell. 2 for 14. Under the required run rate that the Sixers need for the season. Sorry, for the game. So if you got 10 overs at that, they'd be winning this one. But unfortunately, the other bowlers haven't quite come to the party yet.
Yeah, I think the Sixers are probably just going to want to end this as soon as they can. The run total's got below 20 now. And there's four. Is it 4 overs left or 3 overs?
4 overs.
Yeah, they're just going to want to smash this out. They need some net run rate, especially look at the bye next week. It's out of their hands. I would say just try to finish this as quickly as you can if you're the Sixers.
Yeah, 22 runs. It's literally 4 shots.
Yeah.
That's what they'd be saying out in the middle as well. Harris takes a single. And yeah, the short balls from the Pacers, very ineffective. From the spinners, with how soft this pitch is, that's just not quite getting up. So no one's been able to get under him and send it. And Anthony Lee looks to have been exploiting that as he goes short again. And yeah, typically on another pitch, that one disappears over deep mid-wicket out of the stadium. But on this one, with how soft the pitch is, it's just not quite getting to the proper height to go cross balance. So it's been an effective ball. And Anthony Lee's, yeah, that's 3 in a row from him. And 3 times that the batsmen haven't really got a hold of it. And yeah, Anthony Lee, between him and Sonny Tyre, dragging this one back the last couple of overs. Of course, Anthony went for 14 in his first over, but it was just about all edges. So now he goes full again, and Anthony McDonald can't really get a hold of that one. And maybe a few nerves starting to creep in for this pair in the middle.
Yeah, I think so. And Anthony Lee, I think he's unlucky to have conceded 15 off his, 10 balls so far. Ooh,
Yes,
that's a good shot.
wow. Yeah, that's a very nice shot from Anthony McDonald. I don't think he really timed it either, but the reverse goes for 4. And yeah, that's 19 runs from Anthony Lee, but 2 have been out of the middle of the bat. The other 7 runs have all been edges. And even that was a bit top edgy from Anthony McDonald, but it doesn't matter when it reaches the rope. And yeah, in cricket, the hardest runs to get are always the next ones. And that's what the Sixers will be feeling at the moment. They've done the majority of this run trace, but there's still 17 to go. And Anthony McDonald now plays the conventional sweep shot. He just moved the field around with the reverse and made the conventional really just an easy shot. And see, this is why off spin, I just don't know if they have it in them to take big bulk wickets. Forget Justin Dolan. He's the exception.
Anthony Lee there, I mean, he kind of let that one slip. He was looking like a good over, one off the first 4 balls, and then boundary
Yeah,
finish.
100%.
Like, well, the over was a bit shitty now.
Yeah, it takes the wind right out of the sails. It brings Felix Wimmer-Squid into the attack for the first time. They're going to get a single here, and maybe a run out. No, Anthony McDonald dives. That's twice that's happened where the fielder has thrown it to the keeper who hasn't been paying attention. And now it's Anthony McDonald back into the attack. He's 15 off 8, so he's really got going. No one deep on the offside, 2 deep on the leg side. And Riff goes offside. If this goes through, yeah, that's 4 runs. Straight out of the middle of the bat from Anthony McDonald. Wow, slow outfield. Caught that one early. It's just going to be 2. No value for your shot there because he has absolutely timed the pants off that one. And somehow only 2 runs.
Yeah, well, I think that they didn't run the third because they didn't think
thought it was going to go. Yeah, the classic caught halfway in the middle of the pitch. Then you go, wait a second. There's more runs to be had. As now Anthony again. Oh, inside edge, is it?
How did that not carry?
Yeah, it hasn't carried. I think that he's just some sort of off-cutter from Felix Wimmer-Squid. It's taken the pace off it, so it doesn't reach the keeper. Not bad from him as now he comes in again to Anthony McDonald. The full ball gets a thick outside edge, and that's 4 runs. That's probably the 4 runs he deserved a couple of balls ago, because he didn't really deserve it there with a thick outside edge. And if you're going to be bowling to this kind of field, you've got to have someone behind point on the offside, because if you're going to drive, and any kind of edge it's essentially a boundary the moment pierces the infield there. 6 runs to get now. Finishing in 1 shot, AMAC. Oh, it's a nice one.
Oh,
Going to go for 4 runs as well. We saw this in the first innings. The misfield by the mid-on. And this will take us to 2. Yeah, McDonald has really come on. I said he hasn't been as consistent as he was last season, and I decided this is a game to stand up.
Yeah, well, I feel like I'm seeing deja vu right now. Anthony McDonald finishing, hitting the winning runs. Where have I seen that before? Not like every Sixers game in the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, he knows his role very well, that's for sure. As Wimmer-Squid goes full, and he can't do it. So it's going to be up to Matt Harris to hit the winning runs. Into the 8th over, we will be. But you got to think it's going to be finished very quickly now.
Yeah, you'd think so. I'm gonna say one shot.
One ball.
Yeah.
Here's Allison now comes into the attack. The number 6 batter doesn't bowl into the 9th over. Almost a waste. They have almost too many bowlers, this Heat team, as Matthew Harris faces up.
Ooh.
Oh, is that a wide? No. Allison, maybe they should have brought him on earlier. Harris really had no idea where that ball was going. Lucky to escape with his wicket as Allison comes in again. Goes a bit shorter. And another dot ball. So they're really dragging this one out. Both teams probably ready for this one to be over, but
Every
um,
dot ball makes the net run rate
a
worse for the
little bit worse for the
Sixers.
Sixers.
Yeah.
Yep. As he goes full again, and yeah, that'll
Oh, there we go.
disappear. Nice shot from Matthew Harris. Puts that one bounce into the rope. Not sure what Allison's doing bowling Yorkers as a spin bowler. As you would expect, it has not come off for him. And that'll be the game here. The Sixers doing it in 8.3 overs. What's that, 9 balls to spare. Never really in trouble. Unfortunately, Justin Dolan just really took apart the Heat innings and they never recovered.
Yeah, Justin Dolan for me is man of the match just purely because of that double maiden, double wickets in the first one. I mean, he played incredibly.
Yeah, 100%. It was Matthews, the only batter from the Heat, and I could really do anything. And then McDonald and Liam Rogers, but mostly McDonald in the end, got the Sixers home pretty comfortably. And I think that could be the end of the Heat season unless something really funky happens. That'll
Yeah.
be just about them done. Whereas the Sixers, they stay in the race. They need things to go their way, but for the moment, they're still in the competition.
Yep.
Yeah, and that'll be all from us. We'll see you tomorrow. I think it'll be, what, Scorchers versus Thunder? Blockbuster.
Yeah, Scorchers
I heard
Thunder.
the number 3 for the Scorchers ready to score some runs.
What am I playing, number 5?
Potentially.
I'll
I'm
be
not
there.
actually 100% sure. I just know that I'm 3.
We're gonna
Anyway, good night,
score
everyone.
50s together. Good night.